Alright guys, so we have breaking news out of Israel on this beautiful Sunday. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has officially asked President of Israel Isaac Herzog for a pardon from his corruption charges. The Prime Minister has more recently been asked to appear in court 3 days per week, which he argues is an ask that is not levied upon any other Israeli citizen and is actually impossible to meet. It is important to note that Benjamin Netanyahu, in his letter to Isaac Herzog, did not actually accept guilt for these charges, nor did he offer to resign. So what is Benjamin Netanyahu using as leverage to get Isaac Herzog to pardon him? Well, he claims that granting this pardon will allow him to fully focus on the main issues that still continue to affect Israel to this day, including the enemies of Israel. Devotion of time towards things like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the other Arab states, as well as the United States, and the agreements that may ensue are what Netanyahu wants to convince the people that he wants to focus on. President Isaac Herzog so far has not said what his decision will be on this, but he has said that these charges carry intense implications, as well as his pardon will have a big effect on Israeli politics, so he is going to review it in the coming weeks and make an official decision. In order to fully understand the Netanyahu corruption case, we have to understand what the charges against Netanyahu are. So there are 3 main charges in the Netanyahu corruption case, labeled Case 1000, Case 2000, and Case 4000. Case 1000 involves Netanyahu receiving gifts in exchange for his help to Arnold Milchan, who is a Hollywood producer, and James Packer, who is an Australian billionaire. He supposedly acted to help Milchan with a U.S. visa and other business matters, including taxes. Case 2000 involves a deal that was cut between Netanyahu and one of the biggest newspapers in Israel, demanding favorable coverage for Netanyahu in exchange for a political weakening of the newspaper's opponent. And Case 4000 involves regulatory decisions that were worth over 1 billion shekels that benefited Shaul Elovitch, owner of the telecom giant Bezek, in exchange for Netanyahu once again receiving favorable coverage from the newspaper Walla, which was in Shaul's control. Netanyahu has pled not guilty publicly to all the charges, but the corruption case has never gone through. This is one of the biggest scandals in Israeli politics right now, and it will be interesting to see how